Now, mind you, Caleb is on the line crying, so I'm shocked because that's not like Caleb. All right, this whole demeanor that was happening was not like Caleb, so I was shocked. So as soon as I hung up, I'm like, y'all, I gotta get ready to go. They like, why? I'm like, my mom been in a bad car accident. I did. Now, mind you, where I was at, vice versa, where I need to go, the location where I need to go, by my crib, it was far. Yeah, yeah, sweetie, far. It was a long distance. So, boom, I get on the subway. Boom, I get there. Once I get there, boom, I go through the back doorway because I only had the back door key. I didn't have the front door key. All right, because it had that special, that door, that black door with that special lock. So I didn't have that one, but I had the back door. All right, so boom, it's boop, boop, boop. Back door now open, and I walk in. I'm like, hey, boom, man, but I noticed when I was walking in that the door was still kind of like opening it for me. We didn't have a door that like kind of like automatically open. Like you gotta put force to it. So it was like, I'm like, oh. So when I shut the door, right, and I looked, I'm like, hey, yo, boom, man. I look, I said, oh, mom, this lady is behind the door. My mom is behind the door. So I'm like, I'm like, you scared me. She like, so she was limping on one leg, which was the left leg. I remember this leg, okay? So she like, you've been gone for way too long. Why you keep playing with me, Roshan? I'm like, I'm not playing with you, Mom. She like, you want to play with me? You want to keep playing with me, don't you? So she tried to swing. So I'm like, Mom, I'm not. She boo. So I started going halfway, like, towards the living room. Like where the dining room and the living room at. Because I was coming through. When you come through the back door, it's like the back door, the kitchen, then the dining room, and then the living room. And then it's the front door. So I was like going. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get up out of here. So she like, you want to keep playing with me, huh? I got in a car accident because of you. I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry. She's like, you want to be grown? You want to be grown? So as soon as she started running, this lady was running, okay? Like, when nothing wrong with her, she was mad running, bro. She was running. I saw her running. Bro, I opened up the front door. Boom. The front door was automatically like I could just boom. And so I pulled the lock, boom, and I ran. She was running behind me, but I was hitting dust. Phew. But when I hit dust, I hit straight the Raymond crib, right? Hit the Raymond crib on. Boom, they opened up the door, but it's they mom. It's Desiree. I'm like, oh, hey, Desiree, can I please come in? She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, please open the door. So she opened the door. I'm like, please let me go. Shut the door. She's like, what is wrong? I'm like, please. So you hear, I'm like, okay, don't, please, stop. I'm like, don't, please. She's like, what is going on? I'm like, don't open the door. That's my mom. She's like, what? I'm like, she's like, no, I like him. I'm like, no. I'm like, look, she could have killed me. She could have beat me. She could have whipped me. I'm like, that's my mom. She would get me. Please tell her I'm not here. Right? All right? Boom. I hear it. Desiree open the door. So she like, where's Roshan? She like, I don't know, May. She like, I saw him come in your gate. She like, no, he's not here. She said, let me come in right now. She like, Desiree, come on. Let me come in and I'll pay. She like, I'm telling you, your son is not here. So boom, her daughters come down. So I'm like, so they already kind of knew because I used to talk to Darnisha and Raymond. So they kind of knew how my mom was. So they're like, no, he's not here. So boom, they shut the door. So I'm like, oh my God. So Desiree like, Roshan, upstairs in my room now. I'm like, so you hear Isha like, you gotta go upstairs to see my mom. I'm like, shh. She's like, you're gonna get in trouble. You finna be in big trouble. I'm like, no, I'm not. So I go upstairs. So I'm like, hey, she like, fill me in. I'm like, okay. I've been gone for weeks. She like, which I know. I just want to see what you're gonna be honest. I'm like, yeah, I've been gone for weeks, and I'm like, she beats on me. She like, so what happened? I'm like, She said she been in a bad car accident. She was behind her door and then she started running up on me. She like, your mom was in an accident? I'm like, yeah. She like, okay. I'm like, can I please just stay here? I'm like, and then I'm going to leave and go back to my friend's house. She said, yeah, I can stay there. So boom, Raymond comes. You got Darnisha, the other two twins, because she had like 4 kids. So everybody was chilling. Boom, so we chilling, we having fun. So I'm down there, you know what I'm saying, with, you know what I'm saying, Darnisha. So Darnisha like, I want to kiss you. I'm like, what? I'm like, you don't want to kiss me? I'm like, you don't like me like that. She like, I do like you. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, you like me, so show me. So she like, okay. So boom, now they had in the basement, I was sleeping in the basement. So it was like just one couch down there. So I was laying back. So she comes to get on top of me. And so she started kissing me. And so Raymond kind of said like, hey, I'm like, oh. So I pushed her off me. I freaked out. I pushed her off me. So Raymond like, I was just, dang. I was just, all right, never mind. So he left. I'm like, so boom, we dip. She dips, right, from down there. So I'm knocked out on sleep, right? Raymond ain't come down there bother me. Raymond ain't come down after he saw that situation. So I'm chilling. So I'm like, all I feel is, you wanna think you grown all the time. And I'm like, oh. It was my mom. She said, get to the house, right? Go right now. I'm like, Mama, you think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? So all of a sudden, Desiree like, no, May, relax. No, you did good. I thank you. You did good, because I already knew. Get to the house right now. I'm like, boom, I dips. I go home. She behind me. I'm looking. I can feel the energy from all the way to the back. I get to the crib. She say, Roshan, you think you gonna keep playing? I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry. She say, ah, she hit me. I'm like, ah. I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't even breathe off the hit. I'm like, oh, you do. She said, you think you grown? Why you keep playing with me? You trying to hide from me? You want a duck and dodge? Because I can show you what a duck and dodge look like. And she like, get in your room. I got in my room. She like, you know what? I want you to strip. So I knew deep down inside, it was over for me, right? I knew I was really getting beat down. My mom come in. She said, you wanna be tough? She opened up that door. Boom, she kicked me. Boom, she started kicking me. She hitting me. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know what? I'm fed up, right? She said, you know what? I'm going to take a break. And every time I think about it, I'm going to keep coming back for you. I've been looking for you. You going to tell me everybody you been with. You going to tell me what's going on because you been up there with Nikki. Beth want to hurt you. Beth want to hurt you. You got that girl down in the street, Shay. You got everything going on. Oh, baby, we finna have a problem tomorrow. We're going to get everybody in a rodeo. Everybody going to get wrapped up, sweetheart. My mama is popping off. Everybody's going to get wrapped up. So I'm in the room. I'm crying. I'm crying, right? Boom, my mama opened up the door. She limping still, right? She limping. She said, meet me downstairs. This the next day. She like, meet me downstairs in 10 minutes. I'm like, okay. Now, I ain't seen Caleb. I have not seen Caleb since the situation of him calling me. Boom. I see his 10 minutes starting to dwell down. I'm like, all right. I go out. I see Caleb, right? As soon as I come out, Caleb coming out his room. He like, hey, Ruddy Duddy. I'm like, you. He like, me what? So I boom, I grab him. I'm like, I put him in the room. I'm like, you. So boom, I shut his door. I lock the door. I say, why'd you do that? He like, what I do, Ruddy Duddy? I'm like, you told me that Mom was in a car accident. He like, she was. She was in a car accident. I'm like, no, she wasn't. I'm like, this lady beating on me. You try to get me to come back. You're like, but I miss you. I'm like, Caleb, it's your fault. You're like, oh, God damn, Mom. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I said, you know what? You're not my brother no more. I'm like, I don't love you. So I got out, right? Because I was mad. Boom. I leave out his room. As I'm leaving out his room, the bell ring. I'm like, I'm gonna ignore it, right? So I go straight out the back way. My mom is coming. She like, cause she got cameras. She can see from in her room and from the bar area. So she like, She walked past me, but don't look like nothing wrong with her leg. Don't look like nothing is wrong with this lady's leg. Okay? She comes, boom. She goes and go open the door. It's Beth. It's Nikki. It's Joanne. It's Nikki's dad. They come to the back. All right. Now I'm standing right there by the patio. I didn't go in the bar area. I just knew that I got to come out in the back with my mom. They all come. My mom cut the music off because she had the music on. So we sitting there by the pool area in the back on the patio. And so we all sitting there. It's me, my mom, Nikki, Beth, Joanne, which is the mom, and it's the dad. And so I'm sitting there. So they're like, so who want to go first? Nikki Daddy say, who want to go first? I'm like, I'm quiet. So my mama say, yeah, I want to know who want to go first. And she looked at me. I'm like, she said, who want? I'm like, oh. She like, who want to go first? I'm like, who wants to go first, Roshan? Because I bet you better want to go first. Because you want to be Mr. Big Bad Macho Man. I'm like, yeah, I could go first. She said, go first. So I went first. So I'm like, okay. She said, okay. Go ahead. Okay, come on. I'm like, well, I ran away because I feel you don't love me. And I like Nikki. And when she said, no, talk like you tough. Talk like we one of your friends. Cause you're a big bad boy. Now you gonna make me bash you in your face. Now I'm gonna ask you again. Repeat it over. Cause I don't want to hear the same thing. Let's start over. Let's go. So I'm like, well, I ran away because I feel like you don't love me. And Nikki always been there for me, so we was cool. And I don't know. I'm like, she got a new boyfriend, so I'm telling like the whole tea. So my mama say, do you know how, boom, she hits me, right? So I'm like, she said, now, I'm asking you again, do you think that was smart, Roshan? You ran away. Did you already know you got stuff going on? So Beth laughing. So I run up. When I'm crying, I run up on Beth. But now, mind you, in a sense, Beth comes in the midst. When she rings the bell, it was me, my mom, Beth, Nikki, Joanne, her daddy. So it was like in a sense of Beth coming in the mix, I was mad because she was laughing. And I knew Beth was coming. And that bothered me. That hurted me because I knew Beth wanted to see me like hurt. She knew I was going to get caught. So I was crying. So my mama said, don't worry, Joanne. I'm going to handle this. I got this. And I'm going to come back over there and I'm going to come talk to you in a couple of hours. They left, right? So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm biting my nails. My mama said, you want to be grown? I'm like, no. My mama said, yes, you do. So she kicked me while I was sitting down on the couch. Boom, she kicked me. I'm like, oh. So I hurried up. I tried to run from her and come up the stairs thinking like, because she can't run because she been in a car accident. So she was shooting up to the side. I thought she was in a car accident. So she said, I was. But she started limping on the right leg. I said, but it was your left leg you was lipping on. So she say, you think I'm lying to you? Mom ran up to me. She said, you think I'm lying?